Hi and welcome to my channel. So I'm going to be talking about a topic that I absolutely love, which is all about migration. So which is the best country right now for you to move to? Look, if you're watching this and you are in Europe or you're in America, you're in Asia, you're in Africa, and you're looking to move to another country, so you're considering I don't know, the UK, the US of A, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, any country for that matter, how should you stay focused? I'm going to tell you the importance of focus. I know these are the type of videos that people don't necessarily want to see, because all people want to see is, hey, there's free visa sponsorship here, hey, they're looking for 1,000 people here, hey, everybody should rush here, hey, it's very easy to move here. The truth is that in real life, it is not easy to move as it seems, especially if you're living on YouTube world where everything is really easy until you start implementing and you realize that, look, it is way more challenging than it seems. So how should you keep your focus to make sure that you achieve your goals as quickly as humanly possible? Because look, the truth is, when you're trying to move country, you've also got a life where you're living. You've also got to continue normally with everything else. And if you let overwhelm overtake your life, it makes it even far less chances for you to succeed. So I'm going to be telling you obviously about focus. So if you're new to my channel, you're very much welcome here. If you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time. And I hope that you're implementing the things that I'm talking about, because implementation is the only thing that is going to guide you. If you're watching video after video after video, doing nothing about it, good luck. You are 100% going to get nowhere, which is not a good thing, obviously. We don't want that, do we? Because 2023 is all about implementation. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you want to hit that subscribe button so you're the first person to be notified every single day when I drop these my few words that I've got for you every single day at 10 a.m. prompt UK time. I also have a free newsletter where I send information about career progression opportunities in the UK, which, look, I'm going to say that I'm going to be biased and say 100% the UK is the place to be. No place is without its challenges. But the truth is, when you look at everything overall and you look at all factors that you can imagine, the UK it is, as far as I'm concerned. I'm in the UK, so that's what I said. I'm going to be biased, obviously. So I share information about free visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK. You know what I mean? So that you're not spending thousands of pounds, you're not spending millions of money coming to this country without even a job, being frustrated, wondering why you ever thought about this in the first place. I also share information about work from home opportunities that you can do without even needing all this hassle of moving, so that you can earn a lot of money, live your life wherever you choose to live that life. Also, like I've said, career progression is what I'm really keen on. I started my own UK journey as a carer in a nursing home. I then studied nursing, graduating with a first class degree in adult nursing. I went on to do mentorship in nursing at master's level, and currently I'm concluding my third year Master of Science in Advanced Clinical Practice. So by the time I was qualified for 5 years, I was already working as an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most senior clinical nursing position. So as you see, the UK for me has been all about you progress, you get from one step to another, you move to the next step, you do the next best thing, what else is there to do, and all of that. So if you check the comment section below, you're going to find a link to my newsletter. Once you join, I send that information directly to your inbox as it becomes available. So you're not reliant on YouTube, but you've also got time to implement the things that you are learning. But like I've said, that's what I'm all about. I also have a private career coaching program where I support with all the things that I've mentioned. If you check the description box or the about section of this channel, you're going to see a link to that and what it's all about. So focus is, look, it's the most important thing, and that is what many of us do not have. Many of us are not focused, and like I said, if you're living on YouTube land, it makes it even worse, because you're going to log into YouTube today and see a video that says, oh, they're recruiting 1,000 people, it's really easy, move in a day. Then the next to I don't know, the US, then the next day you're going to see another, and then you think, oh, I 100% should go to the US because this is where I belong because of XYZ. Then the next day you're gonna come on and see another video that is like, oh my goodness, Australia is now recruiting 7,000 carers, you should be coming to Australia today. And you're gonna be like, oh my god, Australia it is, I'm off to Australia. And then the next day you're gonna come back again. Remember that now you've got the US of A, you've got the UK that you're considering, you've now got Australia. Look, all these countries are completely different. Each country has its own unique system and they are so different. If you're trying to move to all these different countries at the same time, look, the likelihood of you moving to any one of them is going to be so tough, because you need to understand the different systems in each of those countries. You need to be able to follow up. How do they apply for jobs? How does it work? What are the names for the different positions? What are the immigration processes? It's very tough to follow all of that up successfully, as well as your life back wherever it is you are. And that's why focus is so incredibly important. And so as I'm talking about this, I want you to leave a comment in the comment section. What is your ideal country for you to move to right now? One country. What is the ideal country where you want to move? And ideally, which pathway do you want to use? For example, do you want to go as a student, as a dependent, or a work visa? What type of visa are you considering for that specific country? And let me tell you, if you can make that decision, be honest with yourself, look at all the different advantages and disadvantages, write them down. Don't just think about things, write things down. Because when you're implementing, you don't just sit and think. You take your pen and paper, you do the good old writing. So when you write down, you're going to be able to establish what are the advantages going to the US versus Canada versus UK versus New Zealand versus Australia versus Finland, wherever it is that you want to go. And then when you look at all those different pros and cons, you look, have you got a family? Because we all know that there are certain countries that if you have a family, it is better. That is fact. You know what I mean? And you know that, and you can check that, all of that. So if you can do all of this that we're talking about, and you're able to say, look, I want to move to, I don't know, Australia because of XYZ, then you can focus your time, your energy, your resources on trying to move to Australia. That is a more focused way of thinking. That is a more tailored way of going about things. But if you're all over the place looking for the next best shiny object on YouTube, for example, it's only confusion that is going to set in. More confusion day in, day out. The more videos you watch, the more confused you're going to be. And like I'm saying, on YouTube land, everything always looks simple and perfect until you sit down, look at the real data and information, and you're like, OMG, it isn't as easy as it was said. And that's why, personally, I focus on implementation. If you're part of my private coaching program, which, like I've said, I support with securing visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK, or to switch if you're already in the UK. So my program is exclusively about the UK, which means if you want to move to any other place apart from the UK, that program is not for you. So career progression in the UK, you're a carer, you're a nurse, you know what I mean? You want to get into healthcare in the UK, what do you do? How do you get funding to get into healthcare, to study for free without paying any tuition fees? What is the process? How do you apply? How do you optimize your CV so you are the best candidate? That's what I'm about. If you are a carer in the UK right now, but you were a nurse back home or a midwife, how do you transition back into your career that you've rightfully studied for in order to succeed, excel, thrive in the UK? Again, like I've said, you can see it's all about the UK. So, and I think that this focus is something that is really helpful. You don't want to be all over the place. I know that focus is something that people are like, oh my God, who cares? You want to be all over the place. Cast your net as high as possible. So if you can catch any fish from anywhere, it's better than catching nothing. But the truth is, when you cast your net so wide without any focus, you don't even know what you're going to be catching. You end up catching all sorts of things that are like, dangerous for you. So focus. You need to be focused. Again, when I talk about being focused, it doesn't mean that you're going to miss out on opportunities when they arise. There are some good opportunities that when they come up, you know what I mean? You still need to check them out. You still need to take them. But the whole point I'm saying is the earlier you can decide on what your preference is to focus on that particular country or pathway, the more successful you're going to be. Because all your energy, you know what I mean? All of that positivity is all focused and honed in towards a specific objective. Because trying to move to 3 different countries at the same time, or every country that you see on YouTube, is not easy, because all these countries have different systems and processes. For example, just the word carer alone, what is it called in all the different countries? The name for it is different in every single country. If you're doing a CV for a carer job in Australia doesn't look anything close to a CV for a carer job in the UK. It looks nothing close to a CV for the carer job in the US of A, for example, or Canada. These are all different countries, different terminology. How do you get to understand the terminology for each of these countries look, it is hard. And I always advise that you are part of this journey, because for me, Many people leave out this journey to agents or to other people, and they are passive about the process. And then you get to this country and you're shocked because you don't expect what you're seeing. You're like, oh my God, I thought the UK was XYZ, but it's XYZ. I thought Australia was XY. Look, be part of the process. Enjoy the journey. Yes, it is challenging. Yes, it is not easy, but you need to be part of the process. It's about your professional and personal development. You need to take charge of that process. You need to be the lead in that journey. And that's what obviously I do through my coaching program. If you're a member, it's not a passive process. You're not going to join and then you're like, hey, Melvis, I'm going to chill out. Let me know when you get a job for me, when you get a visa. It doesn't work like that. You need to be part of the process. So I'm going to guide you like this is the best job to apply. This is how you apply. This is where you apply. This is how your CV should be positioned. When you're going for an interview, this is what they're expecting to see from yourself. But you cannot be passive about the process. It is an active process, but you're getting the guidance that you need so that if you've got any questions, you know what I mean? We have those weekly live sessions where we go through everything and so ensure that you have the support, obviously, that you need. You've got our community hub again, which is available 24/7 for all your answers. If you've got any questions about anything, just drop it on there. Other members are also able to hop on and offer their own guidance and advice, which is absolutely smashing and mind blowing. So like I've said, focus is key. I know that these are the type of things that nobody wants to hear. You know what I mean? I know what my people are like. People just want all the flashiness, move here in 2 days, do this in 1 day, do this in 24 hours. It does not work. You need to put in the effort. You need to put in the energy, because when you sit down to do the work, you're going to realize that it's a lot more that you need to do. So you want to focus your energy towards your main goal. And that's why having that goal setting that goal and saying, what do I want for myself? Have I got kids? Have I got a family? What is the goal of the family? In which country is the family going to thrive the most? It could be even that you've already got relatives in a particular place and you want to move there for that reason. That is an amazing reason to move, but you need to make that decision. So leave a comment in the comment section below. Which country do you want to move to? Why do you want to move to that country? Which pathway are you planning to use? And what are the challenges that you're facing? What do you need to move to the next step? Like I've said, I absolutely love the UK. That's where I am. I came here for a reason, and I offer guidance exclusively on moving to the UK, career progression in the UK alone. So you want to check out this other video that I've done specially for you, just to give you more ideas on some of the things obviously that have been discussed to take your decision closer to what it should be. Check out this video.